Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV, and welcome back to the BSTV Clio UK Cup Season 1, Rounds 3 and 4 from Silverstone National. I'm Clyde Whiting, I will be your cameraman, and I will also be joining the one and only Wobbles in the booth. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. I'm really looking forward to this one again. We had a blast of a race last week. Silverstone National, glorified park, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
It's I don't know, this track, these cars, I've just got this, I don't know, let's call it a feeling that this is going to be a proper race fest in cars with no power. And drivers are going to have to make moves, and they're going to have to try and make them cleanly.
Yes, and especially on the layout we are having. The layout is small. It's the national layout, which basically cuts off all the boring bits of the track.
Agreed.
It has maggots and Beckett's. It has cops. It has the front straight to back straight. It has the old bit, and like when you got at the rear of the circuit, you cut that bit, so you only have action, and it's gonna be flying. I think if I recall correctly, we did this layout, I think 4 seasons ago, in TCR. I was in the booth with Pete, and I was commentating on this as well. And it was such a fun race to watch. It was like a small oval. Everybody was crammed together, packed together. Loads of incidents, but a lot of runoff area, so you can keep it on the track anyway. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, agreed. So we have just clicked over into the qualifying session. It's a 15-minute qualifying session, and then we've got 2 20-minute races for you coming up. We've got some new drivers on the grid tonight, Wobbly. Sir Alan Toon has joined us. We also have Scott Malcolm. He did the test race, but was visiting sunny England last time out. I'm surprised he didn't get arrested, but for some reason they've let him back. And we've also got Darren Reynolds. So the grid is building. The reputation is getting out there. We've done a test race, and we've done the first 2 rounds, and I think the racing has been absolutely fantastic so far.
It's been bloody great, to be honest. We were talking about this, I think last Sunday or whatever. I was talking with Pete about the racing, and it was all so close. Even though Johnny and Simon. Simon in it.
Yes.
Simon drove away a little bit with it in the second race, but everybody had something to fight. Everybody had a battle. Everybody was having fun. Small car contacts were made. Not much drama, except for Johnny killing his teammate.
Yes, we always appreciate a blue on blue, don't we? But Johnny, well, helped by killing his teammate, managed to get a double win, which was something I certainly didn't think was going to be possible. Now, the standings don't mean a great deal at the moment because we've only had 2 rounds, but Johnny Brandon with his double win, he's up there with 111 points. Jamie Wilson was also very rapid, if you remember. He's second with 92, and Darren Rayfield is third with 84. In the team standings, XVR lead the way with 195, Team Chimera second with 171, and BSTV Esports third with 138. And then we keep saying this, and people will believe it eventually. The most coveted award in motor racing, and that is the BSTV Driver of the Season award. We had a vote for Darren Rayfield and a vote for Jamie Wilson last time out. So let's see if any of these other drivers can step up to the plate. Evening to Alex Aledo on the chat. boost car engine audio so they do vroom vroom. Okay, I'll have a go.
So what's your expectation, Clyde? Who is gonna run away with the first race? Let's focus on that.
Well, I'm still convinced in this series that qualifying is not the be all and end all, because these cars are like a little brick. They punch a big hole in the air, and drivers are going to be using that slipstream to try and make these moves. So these cars always remind me of races at Daytona, Indianapolis, where you don't want to be leading going into the last lap, because the guy in second or even third is the one that's going to hold all the aces.
Yes, I think that it's I think you're spot on with it. It's a high-speed track, and it has always been a high-speed track. But as we mentioned, the boring bits are out of the track, and it's just a glorified oval with, like, Maggots and Baggots cuts off right at the right point where you start losing speed, and you still can maintain the speed. I think that the first race is gonna be a little bit chaotic. Because I feel
just
like people.
The first one?
No, just the first one, and we'll preview the next one, which is gonna be even more chaotic, Clyde.
I'll tell you what. While we're chatting, I'm going to go on board with Johnny Brandon, and the viewers at home can see just how overly this track is. It's mainly right-hand turns.
Well, that helps. To be honest, if you get a little bit of damage on your left-hand side, you're still fine on your right-hand side. Gotta look at the positively.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Knock a bit of toe out of it, and it might go around. Oh, here we go. I've got Pete's disease now. Like every time I go on board with somebody, it's going to go horribly wrong. But he got back on the track.
It's a car which lends itself for, if you hit the grass, you're able to stop it. It doesn't keep on sliding. It's a front wheel car, so you can basically cut it back a little bit.
Well, unless your name is Rob Venn.
Unless your name is Rob Venn.
He slides and slides and slides, and then there's a wall.
Yeah, that's a special kind of quality.
It's a skill, without a doubt.
It's a Pete skill.
Right, let's stay on board with Johnny, because he's now going to try and put in another quick lap without going off the track.
And you see that he's already doing the mind games. He's already, I messed up this lap, which is fine, but now I'm gonna do a cool down lap, so my tires are better. He's already playing that game.
Yeah, there was a little lift there.
I haven't driven the track in the Clio, to be honest, so I don't know if you have to lift, but I expect you do, because there's just mechanical grip, which is basically none in this car.
Yeah, he was a lot better there.
He seems to be leaving a lot of room on the left-hand side, though.
This is the longest straight in this layout. So this is where drivers are going to be slipstreaming, maybe trying to throw one up the inside here.
Quite surprised. He's only braking at the 50-meter mark. With a normal car, you would brake like at the 100-meter mark.
Don't talk to me about brake markers.
No, I know what the shit is.
So that is an on-board lap with your provisional pole sitter, Johnny Brandon. So let's go and have a look at some of the new guys. So Alan Toon, there he is. Now,
and his British livery.
Yeah, to be fair, Alan did join very, very late, so he won't have a paint or a banner. But we'll get that sorted out for next time out. Darren Reynolds. Currently in the council paint, the new and improved council paint, I'll say, because after watching the racing from last week, I wasn't too happy with what we had, so I spent at least 73 seconds on this one. just to give us a little bit more advertising. And here we have Scott Malcolm back from his exploits in England. I wonder if we gave him his passport back or whether he's been banned from the country for life.
Yeah, I mean, he's Scottish, right? So are you even allowed to travel freely to England?
Yeah, well, yeah, that is one of the downsides, unfortunately.
You get swamped over by him.
But here's your old mucker Wayne Sanderson, though. He's doing well up there in second at the moment in this qualifying session. And Alex Lado on the chat says, will we see Adam finishing his first race of the TCR and Clio seasons combined?
To be honest, he did finish the first race on TCR, and the second race there was a person, and I'm not gonna call a name, but like an ex-teammate who killed him, and I would just want to say I love that guy. I even gave him some motivational messages during his qualifying, so he's gonna win this race.
Excellent. Okay, I am, apologies to the viewers at home, but I'm just going to have a look around the cameras and see what sort of angles we can get on this track. I don't think we'll be watching it from that one. Chopper's going to be interesting for some overtakes. I do like the nose one, that's the real one. We've been to roll bar. Okay, so.
Oh, that seems slidey.
They're good. What can we see? 1, 2. No, that was 1. Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna point out that there's almost a 0.3 second gap between Wayne Sanderson and Johnny Brandon, his teammate. But
yeah,
it's really close behind that. So we got Wayne Sanderson, Adam, Jamie, Simon, and Rob Fenn within 0.2 of a second. Oh, and Pete, to be honest, Pete is up there as well. I'm surprised.
Yeah, he's nearly in the top half of the grid. Nearly.
Oh, and Darren Rayfield just put in a really good lap, coming in a 4th position at the moment.
Yeah, I looked at Darren a little while ago, and he was right near the back, and I thought, oh, that's not like him. He did really well last week, so I expected something out of him. But I stick to my guns. I don't think qualifying is the be all and end all, and we saw the tow that these guys got, last time out at Snetterton, and if you get a tow in quali, then you're going to get a good time. If you can't find a playmate in quali, you're not going to get a good time.
Yeah, but they all seem to be running fairly close to each other. And we see, is that Simon, or is that I think Simon is using the tow from Alan, and Alan's just moving out of the way. I just see this on my second monitor, and
Alan's saying no, not playing. Although Simon must have got some because he's popped himself into second with a 104.7.
But we all know, and that's Alan is the type of guy who likes to race. He's definitely not the quickest guy, which is fine. But he has a playmate with Darren Reynolds because they're only 0.0 seconds behind each other. So a 100th of a second. Sir Alan Toon is fighting with Darren for the last spots on qualifying, which is great to see.
Yeah, Alan is he's one of life's triers. He just loves racing, loves jumping in all sorts of cars. He's gone from driving a Ferrari to a Clio. You can't get much of a bigger difference, to be honest. But he does have experience in the Clio because I know he's involved in another league. So he may not have had a lot of practice for tonight because, like I say, he was a late sign-up. But just keep an eye on him for the rest of the season.
And we missed Simon Trender moving to second position.
No, we didn't. I already said that about 10 minutes ago.
So
Just
I'm eating chips, so that's what.
absolute, total, and utter proof that you don't listen to anything that I say.
I mean, we spent the whole weekend together. If that isn't the proof of anything.
Can we just clarify that it wasn't one of those weekends? There were other people there.
Adam with his trousers.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
with his shorts. Sorry.
Yes, and Gary Craig, the tallest person I've ever met. And Pete, the best chef ever.
Mr. Icky Heads.
Yeah, so this is Rob. Rob's doing well there. He's up there in 7th. Jamie Wilson currently 6th, but he's now going out for, where are we? Oh, this. Yeah, he's not going to get a lap in, is he? Don't forget, folks, this is heat racing, so as soon as the clock ticks to 15 minutes, that's it. None of this. You get to finish the lap that you're on.
It's good to see that. I spoke to JB on Wednesday, and he told me that he had a fun race on Stetterton, but he was a bit lonely at a certain point. And if I'm looking at the times right now, he's right up there. Again, it's 3/10 between Adam on 4th position and JB on 10th. I mean, that says it all.
Yes, most definitely. And Alan Toon has popped himself up a position into 12th. Let's have a look at the Princess. He's currently in 8th.
It's a blistering lap as well for Alan. I think that if he finds his mojo during the race, he's going to be fighting for P6.
I fully expect him to beat Pete.
Oh yeah, but that's not that hard. It's Pete.
Right, so that is the qualifying session over. Now, this is where I have to press lots of buttons and it goes horribly wrong. No, it didn't. Okay, so your pole sitter. Why are them teams all messed up again? Anyway, your pole sitter for tonight's race 1 is Johnny Brandon for XVR, Simon Trendle 2nd, Team Chimera, Wayne Sanderson in 3rd for XVR, Adam Wright, BSTV, is in 4th. Darren Rayfield. Darren is another XVR driver. He's in 5th. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera, in 6th. Rob Venn, 7th for BSTV. Pete Bingham in 8th for BSTV. Scott Malcolm, 9th, Ignium Motorsport. JB Dejoux, BSTV, in 10th. BSTV again in 11th with Sam Boozin. Alan Toon is in 12th, and Darren Reynolds for WKG Motorsport goes off 13th.
The first sprint to Cops is gonna be a blast. This start is way better than the new one.
Yes.
This has some juice to it, you know.
It certainly does. Yes. Let's see if we can find a decent view of this, maybe from around that position, and then we'll have a click back just to make sure everything's nice and tidy in the background. I'm just going to have another look at Blimp. No, rubbish. Okay, let's forget about Blimp. I shall delete that one. But I do need to find out how to sort them teams out, because I thought I'd done everything I could to sort them out, because they're showing absolutely fine on SDK, but...
So, looking forward to this start. Are we gonna see a split up pack? Oh, that's a jump start for someone!
No!
So, was that Darren? Wayne Sanderson, I think.
Yeah.
That's a little bit enthusiastic.
I think at that point, you just go for it, don't you? Because you know you're going to get a penalty.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Too wide, and then...
I don't think it was Wayne. I think it may have been Darren. Yeah, too wide for second. And
settling in, though, very nicely.
Wayne takes that position.
And now it's all about the momentum. Yeah, you see how Simon is already haunting him at the exit of the corner.
This is going to go on for 20 minutes. It's just going to be hound. Darren Rayfield will get a drive-through penalty for that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but well, we have 2 races, so that's just keep on driving, take the penalty. It's 20 minutes, it's over before you know it. Hop in the second race and hope you do better. Maybe even get a pole position. What's the reverse grid? It's 8.
8, I think. We had lots of guesses, didn't we, last week? 12, 10,
yeah,
8.
Yeah, you were guessing. I said 8.
I'm sure we settled on 8 eventually. Or Gary Craig told us it was 8, something like that.
I think I took the rule book. Oh, look at them going through Maggots and Baggots side by side. Oh, that's really close and good racing. The small touch and he's gonna get sent out on the outside. He's gonna be able to go hold momentum though. A wider line gives you more speed, obviously.
Yeah. Simon Trundle got past, didn't he, Wayne Sanderson? I don't know if Wayne made a slight mistake because Adam Wright was then all over him. Oh, hello.
Cars.
Hello.
Oh. Was that Adam Wright?
It was Adam, and say this quietly, but Pete Bingham's up to 5th.
He should get up to 8 because he gets pole position. I'm gonna have a laugh.
Right, what's going on? Up. Oh, hang on. Wayne is looking all over the back of Jamie Wilson, who's also up 3 places to 3rd. Scored really well last time out.
I do have to admit that Simon and Johnny are nailing the Clio at the moment.
Oh, they are, yeah. Darren Rayfield has served his drive-through penalty for that jump start we saw. Oh, that wasn't really a jump start, was it? That was like a leaps and bounds start.
I was gonna drive away while the light is red, and I'm just gonna ignore everything.
Yeah, that's one of them where your foot slips off the brake onto the accelerator or something like that because
it's too tense in the fingers.
One red light on or something like that. So.
Oh, and Robert's making a move on Wayne Sanderson, and he's gonna get spit out. Is he able to hold it?
Pete is giving it to him, I'm telling you.
Sorry, it's Pete, sorry.
Was there any contact?
I think there was the slightest of contact. And I think on the inside, we probably didn't expect it, washed out a little bit. Oh, that's not on Pete, to be honest.
No, to be fair, yeah, Pete was up the inside, wasn't he? And Wayne came across, so yeah, that was
one of those things.
Pete. Yeah.
But then again, good save from Wayne. I mean, it happened. Good save, kept it out of the wall, and kept on going. Oh man, Pete up to 4th position. What's going on?
Well, hello.
Where is he going?
Hello,
is that Pete? Oh man, Pete is trying to get to London.
So yeah, that's how you do 4th to 10th in one turn.
We're not laughing at Pete, we're just empathizing with him.
I think he got lost. I think he thought we were still at Snetterton, to be honest. But look at these 5. They are at it.
I'm quite surprised to see Scott Malcolm not being able to push past JB, which is great for JB.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's a late dive. Oh, that's touchy.
No, that was,
oh, nice.
That was
good
Sam
racing by both of them.
Go at Scott Malcolm. Apparently, Pete had icky hands. That's why he went off track.
And Nikolai Bogotayev in the chat. That's a Joker lap for Wayne.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Look at it. Teammates going at it. Pete wants past Sam. Sam wants past Scott. JB's loving it because all the action is behind him and not in front of him. Darren Rayfield is back in the pits. I don't know why. Maybe he was just so far behind he thought he'd have a rest.
And Simon Trendo
Well,
is
Simon,
all
yeah.
over Johnny.
I was literally just about to switch to that because I noticed the gap was down to under half a second, but this is the battle at the moment.
If anything happens with the battle between Simon and Johnny, I'll give a shout out. I'll keep that on my second monitor.
Yeah, good move there by Sam.
And look at how close they can run to each other back to back. And now it's all about, are you able to break this lane? And if you're able to break this lane, you get the inside turn. But the next one is a right-hander. But I wouldn't really compliment Scott many times, but he did a good job.
Yeah, and Pete is sitting there behind these two, thinking, "Come on, just have a little touch, and I'm through."
I think that Pete actually has the pace today to do something special.
He is special.
He's the special boy.
But look at the gap that JB has got now. These three are fighting.
Yeah, JB is pulling away with this, and he's actually driving himself and pulling towards Wayne Sanderson again. He was only 2/10 slower last lap. And Wayne Sanderson, just to point out, is a really amazing driver. And not to say that JB isn't, but there's difference in caliber in it. And to see JB up there, 7th position,
Yeah,
amazing.
They're at it.
Is it gonna be free ride though? Oh no! I won't say the word, but I always say lifting is for and Pete Bingham.
And look, Adam Wright back on Jamie Wilson. Adam Wright's going to do this. It's a nice clean move. Okay, back to special.
Simon was taking a look on the inside of Maggots and Baggots, and Johnny just closed the door instantly, but he's super close, so he's all over him.
Yeah, just going to have a quick look at this battle from Pete's onboard.
I think the onboards are one of the most fun cameras. There's also the nose cam, which is used more often because you feel it's intense. You feel like they're gonna run into each other like every second.
There you go.
Look at this.
Just for you.
Yes, this is great. And then he probably is moving towards him in his rear because look at this line. And you're all tensed up. You're like, no, don't hit him, but it's still like a half a meter between them.
Yeah, and obviously from Scott with Sam in front, and then if I can click the right button, there's Pete behind him. So it's a good sandwich that. But this battle is still raging, and look who's caught them up. So Simon Trendle. Jamie Wilson got back past Adam Wright with this move.
Side by side, and then it's a left-hander coming up. And if you're Adam, you know you have two options: just go all the way deep, and then just try to hold the outside. But he took too much speed,
Yeah,
and he had to bail out. Welcome to Tyler, David, and to the chat.
something else happened here with Pete. Well, it may have happened to the two cars in front, and Pete took advantage of it.
So,
Oh,
that's a whack.
Yeah, that was Scott Malcolm into Sam Blees, and Princess Pete said, "Thank you very much."
And Princess Speed is now on what position, Clyde?
He's back up to the reverse pole position.
He's back up to the first pole.
But look, these two fighting has brought Rob Venn right into it. Just watching that gap up the front, and I don't know which battle to look at. Stop it!
It's been immensely close, and Simon definitely took a couple of looks on the inside, but Johnny just closed the door. In a fair matter, fair racing, harder fair racing.
Let's give him a a couple of seconds of air time, and
look at how close he is, though. Man,
he's basically pushing him, isn't he?
Get the nose cam out again.
That's not a bad idea. Let's watch this for a lap.
It's
from Simon's nose.
And you see it pulling towards him on the slipstream, and it's a small straight, and then you go through cops, try to take as much speed as you possibly can, and try to avoid the off track on the left. If you go wide enough, you can get a slowdown, but if you tug in right before the AstroTurf, you don't get it. A different line from Simon. Look at how close he is, trying to get more speed out of the exit, but I think he overshot the corner a little bit.
Yeah, he maybe carried a little bit too much speed there, but he'll drag. You'll see right near the end. Perhaps not. Perhaps the toe is not as severe as I was thinking.
I think that Johnny had more speed coming up the straight to begin with. Oh, look at how close this is.
Okay, so let's go back to this because it's brewing. There's now 4 of them because Wayne Sanderson is back in the mix. And I'll tell you something else, JB DeJu's catching them.
He has been showing amazing pace this race.
So without any major near-death experiences, this is the battle for the 3rd step on the podium, and these two have been at it for a number of laps.
Normally you would be on the proper side, staying on the inside, but now, I mean on the outside, but now just because the maggots gets cut off, the right side is actually better. David Ayers on the chat is asking if Pete has his princess racing suit on.
Oh, he always has it on. He goes to bed in it.
and Tyler in the chat is also having a valid comment. We haven't put that out. We have spoken about it. The way he drifts off track. But Rob Fenn is pulling away from everyone. From the whole battle.
You know, I've raced with Rob for many years, with lots of different teams, and he has got talent. He doesn't always show it. I think he'll agree with me. But when he's on it, when he's found a car, and when he's on a track that he likes, never ever rule him out. And this battle is helping. These two can't get away from each other. So the two behind. You know, Rob wants that gap to try and get past these two whilst they're squabbling, but he's now looking in his rear view mirror because Wayne Sanderson's going, yeah, all right, I may have had a bit of an off, but I'm still here, boys, I'm coming.
Yeah, I think you're completely right. Wayne is definitely showing that he has some pace, just a little bit more than the others in this battle. But getting through this on this high-speed track with these cars, yeah, that's gonna be rough.
I'll tell you something that we did miss. Let's have a look at this one. This is Sam Boozin putting a move on Pete Bingham. So what happened to Pete? Maybe I should... Oh, there goes Pete. He's lost again.
I mean, you know, Pete, his short-term memory is not that great. And I think there's like 4 corners on this track, and he's like, which corner is this?
Oh, that was close. That was close. I've got a book somewhere that's it's all about all of the different racing circuits in the UK. I might have to send it to Pete so he can learn.
Didn't you tell us last year that you had this paper, like when you drew the track on, and so you could remember where you were on track?
Yeah, most definitely.
Maybe you want to send it to Pete.
Yeah, I do suffer quite badly with memory loss, and yeah, that really used to help me. But my event tracker basically says Jamie Wilson passed Adam Wright passed Jamie Wilson times by 14 million.
Just to get back on the Rob Fenn topic, I think back in the days where we were running GT4 and GCR, there was one season where I think it was like my third season, one of my first seasons with BSTV, or my last one before. Oh,
what happened
something
there?
happened.
What happened there? We
That's
literally just clicked away. So let's bring it back. See what happened.
It was Rob Van murdering someone.
Rob,
So.
Wayne. Rob's going to go down. No,
Oh!
Yeah, that was Rob. Just lost it under brakes. He will be very apologetic about that one, no doubt.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he was just going to have a move down the inside, and that would have been job done. But to be fair, the pair of them haven't lost a great deal of time. They've lost out to Sam and Pete, and JB. JB's in fifth.
JB is having the race of his lifetime.
Yeah, Tyler's just admitted on the chat that was all his fault for mentioning Rob's great pace.
So to finish my story, we were running GT4, can't remember the season, and we were driving mid-Ohio, which was one of the races where Tyler and me had this huge netcode thing, and I was quick, but Rob, he beat me on pace and tactic. He was fed up. It was the moment I got shook up, like, I have to practice more. I just want to win.
So this is the blue on blue that everybody wants to see. And let's see if we can get it without. I was going to say without Pete getting lost, but he got a little bit lost there.
You got a little bit lost, yeah.
He carried.
That's actually quite good. And look at how close he's sticking his nose in on the inside, and oh man, you can even see the groove from the tire.
Yeah, there is the underside of Sam's car. Pete's going to push him. Let's get back to this because he's now going to pull out. Gary Craig is asking on the chat which layout is Pete going to be driving on the next lap.
Actually, the line was super wide, but it carried so much speed through it.
And there's three great battles going on at the moment. There's this one. There is this one that's been going on forever.
And we still have the battle for the lead as well.
And this one.
Yeah.
And we've got under 2 minutes. So apologies to everybody else, but I'm going to concentrate on the leaders for the last 2 minutes. Unless Pete crashes into Sam, and then we'll show it 5 times in super slow-mo.
I think we used to do that, right? Like if somebody from BSTV crashed, you got the super slow-mo. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I think you had a fair share of your super slow-mos.
In the beginning of my racing career, I had my fair share of slow-mos, yeah. And now I only mess up once, twice a season. That's fine.
So, just over a minute per lap. That means when these guys get round, they're going to take the white flag.
And on a small track like this, you're just gonna keep pushing out laps as well. But I mean, this is lap 18. It's insane how many laps. Is he trying to get a pull out on the right side? Side by side.
Oh. Can he keep it there? Because if he can, he's up the inside.
Oh, that's a steep move. And now Simon, as he had the overspeed on the exit, but he doesn't. It was a long ditch attempt, and I applaud him for trying so.
Yeah, this is going to be the final lap of race 1.
Oh man, it's just gonna keep. They're gonna keep going till right to the finish line. It's gonna be a drag race to the line.
Yeah, but has Simon showed his hand, or do you think that was a feint to make Johnny think that's where he's going to try it on this lap?
Maybe. I would definitely try to do it before the last lap, like Simon did, just because you're gonna defend even harder on the last lap, and just to catch him off guard. Okay, he's gonna try it on the last lap and just do it the lap before. And he's going for it again, though, on the outside.
Johnny defensive.
Now cut back, maybe. He's got it.
He's got
oh no!
Again, but yeah, that was very. Simon could have quite easily have nudged Johnny out of the way there, but didn't.
Yeah, you only do that if Adam is in front of you. Otherwise, you don't.
And talking about Adam, with Johnny sewing
Getting
this win
like,
up. Let's
yeah.
go back to this.
Good racing again on both of them. Good win from Johnny, and congratulations on Simon, second position. Drag race to the line, but
race.
Pete.
Yeah, no, that's Jamie.
Sorry, Jamie.
This is Pete and Sam. Sam looks like he's going to pip him. Scott Malcolm's going to get the reverse pole. Wayne Sanderson and Rob Venn. They look like they're going really, really slow. I don't know. Did something happen and Wayne gave that position back? Possibly.
That was weird.
Alan Toon and Darren Reynolds. Wow, that's a lot of speed.
No, I don't know what happened.
No. Yeah, that was a weird one. So let me see if I can. Oh, I'm getting all these buttons right tonight. This is what's going on. So 3 wins on the trot for Johnny Brandon for XVR. Simon Trendle second, Team Chimera, and Jamie Wilson third, also Team Chimera. He was in a fantastic battle with Adam Wright, BSTV Esports, in fourth. Fifth, JB Dejoux. What a fantastic drive, BSTV Esports, and Sam Boozin in sixth, BSTV Esports. Rounding out the top 7, it's Pete Bingham, BSTV Esports. Your pole sitter in race 2 will be Scott Malcolm, who finished 8th for Ignium Motorsports. 9th was Wayne Sanderson for XVR. 10th was Rob Venn for BSTV Esports. Alan Toon, Privateer, in 11th. Darren Reynolds, WKG Motorsport, in 12th. And Darren Rayfield, we see with the jump start, finished 13th for XVR. So, I don't even know where to start with that one, Wobbly. There was battles everywhere, wasn't there? We just didn't know what to look at, to be honest. Fantastic race.
A fantastic race. It's been really hectic. I think this continues the line we've seen from the beginning, from the media day, where everybody was super close and everybody was fighting each other. It looked like they all were having fun as well, and I think that's one of the most important things the Clio Cup already has going for itself. It's fun to watch, it's fun to fight, it's fun to race, and while doing so, you even learn some racecraft. You see that they're trying, and I think that Rob let Wayne by at the end of the race because he had the incident with him.
Yeah, that was probably the correct way around. Well, that was a great race 1. Race 2 will be coming up shortly, but in the meantime, let's show you what else we are doing on BSTV. So welcome back, race fans. I hope you enjoyed those two little promo videos done by our very own Adam Wright. So we thank him for that. So race 2 wobbly, and I guess there are 2 burning questions. The first one is, can anybody halt Johnny Brandon? The second one is, and it's already been discussed on the chat, which track is Pete going to be driving? What do you think?
Yeah, so about the first question, I think that it looked like Simon had the overspeed on Johnny. So I don't think the question is Johnny going to come through, but mostly is Simon going to be able to stay in front of Johnny in the beginning and pull away from him whilst going through the traffic? And the second question, I've been debating this. I switched channels, I asked if he was going to Snetterton again, I suggested Donington on the chat on YouTube, but to be honest, I think that it's going to be the Nürburgring because he was so far out. I could well have been there.
I actually think Tyler Hewitt may have just hit the nail on the head. He hit 88 and went back to the future. So Pete is possibly on a future version of Silverstone National.
It might be, yes, and then we'll see the flames coming out from his under his tires, and he's gonna be screaming like a madman, which he usually does. So that's basically a Pete summarization for you there.
Yeah, well, the warm-up is over, so we're going to be switching to gridding very shortly, and Wobbly will extend the gridding for us,
Yes.
and I will attempt to get the grid up. That's the button I've been looking for. Okay, but it's even worse than the other one, because all the teams are still wrong. Anyway, Scott Malcolm is your reverse pole sitter for Ignium Motorsport. Pete Bingham goes off second. What could possibly go wrong for BSTV Esports 3? In third is Sam Boozin, BSTV Esports 2. And for the main BSTV Esports team, it's JB Dejoux in fourth. Adam Wright, BSTV Esports 2 in fifth, and Jamie Wilson goes off sixth for Team Chimera. Seventh, Team Chimera again, Simon Trendle, and eighth, Johnny Brandon for XVR. Wayne Sanderson goes off ninth for XVR Oz, and Rob Venn, BSTV Esports, goes off in 10th. 11th is Alan Toon, who is a privateer. 12th is Darren Reynolds for WKG Motorsport. And in 13th, we seemed to get the jump start last time, it's Darren Rayfield for XVR.
Yes, and I think the start is going to be chaotic. I hope for Darren Reynolds that he's going to be able to hold the clutch or the brake down this time, so he can get in with the action as well, because it's been great.
Yeah, it just had the hallmarks of a foot slip. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find out if we manage to get him in for an interview.
I always call it fast fingers. You put a little bit of stress on the fingers to shift as quickly as you possibly can. And then you just like click too soon, and then you realize, oh, I'm too late, and you instantly brake. And you're like, oh, wow, I shouldn't have done that. It just kept on driving.
Yeah, I say it was just way too soon, wasn't it? So yeah, but you're right. Yeah, in that you're going to get a drive through. Just drive through the field and run round and do your penalty. That's the best way to do it. Anyway, lights coming on, Wobbly.
Yes, this is gonna be great. We first grid, always chaotic.
Get away from Scott Malcolm. Top 3, in fact.
And they're already, the XVR guys are side by side, and almost the Team Chimera boys are there as well. And Simon had a really good start because he already passed Jamie.
Although he just had a little touch there with JB.
And now it's free ride on the first straight.
Yeah, so Mr. Brandon is in a Team Chimera sandwich at the moment, shall we say?
And Simon has the inside line for this fight. He knows this line because he was basically doing the same thing to Johnny.
Johnny Brandon was very, very sensible there.
Is he gonna get him done before cops though, or is Simon gonna do a Hamilton? You never know, right?
Well, yeah. I desperately want to go to the lead battle, but there's too many cars in this picture at the moment.
The outside line, and see, you can go side by side through cops. Yeah. Not a biggie.
Okay, let's switch. Let's just see if anything's going on. Is Pete going to be able to get anywhere near Scott? The answer to that one is no. So let's go back to this battle. Oh, JB.
Is that JB? He kept it on track again.
Yeah, just a big lock-up. Look at this. 6 cars under a blanket. There is a lot of scope for blue on blue at the moment.
And that's, is it Wayne? Or is it? Yeah, it's Wayne.
That is Wayne, yes. Wayne.
Trying to hold the outside on his teammate though, and now somebody's wide in the rear as well. And that's Adam. It wasn't Adam. That was Rob Fenn.
That's Rob Venn, yeah.
Yeah, I'm colorblind, so it's quite hard to keep the cars apart.
And then Alan Toon.
And because of that wide moment, now Darren Rayfield is putting his nose in.
Yeah, he's going to get this one done, I think. Don't drift over.
Oh, the white line, trying to carry more speed through it.
Yeah, Rob was so brave there.
But now he's on the wrong side for this corner.
think he's
But
going to get it done. He is.
Oh,
yeah.
he's gonna
Yeah,
pull out.
Darren,
Yes.
Darren was sensible. Something just
Trying to get the
happened.
cutback now, which is really good, and Rob is almost blocking him a little bit.
Yeah, something's gone on at the front. We'll look at as soon as we see the conclusion of this battle.
No. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay, so Pete went to Donington. That's what happened.
Yeah, so this is what happened up the front. But there was a lot happened up the front. So, Pete gets an overspeed on Scott.
And he's just scared. I'm in the lead. I'm in the lead. He did the same thing last week. I'm in the lead, and then just goes off.
Full panic mode. And that was the end of that. But that gifted Adam Wright second place. So let's go back to. Oh, we've missed a few things actually.
Oh, they're three wide with Jamie, Simon, Johnny, and it's.
Yeah, well, this is what happened in that battle before we go live. A big knot of cars there. But Johnny Brandon.
Oh, trying to make a free wide. Oh, that's a ballsy move on the inside. Oh. And now they're all stacking up right behind the front runners, the first cars, Pete, Adam, and Scott.
Yeah, let's go back.
And Adam is making a move on the first position at the moment, going through cups. Late on the brakes, and now Scott is on is vulnerable because Pete has overspeed as it seems as well.
I tell you what, providing this doesn't end in tears, they both did really, really well there. Adam tried to shut the door. Scott kept his nose in.
I think now Scott is on the back foot though because he tried to fight it too long, and now Pete is able to get overspeed on him again.
And Johnny Brandon is just behind these in fourth, but with these three battling, it's not going to be easy for Johnny to find a way past, so it's all going to stack up behind this little group.
Can we get some not chopper cap?
We certainly can.
Thank you.
I still haven't worked out which camera angle I like, but
oh, a little bit of mix-up is fine.
oh, so Johnny gets past Scott, so that's one of them out of the way.
This is a lovely view coming out of cops on this camera. This look at how many cars there are. They're all scrubbing for position, trying to get through on one another, get the better exit, and a little bit of a contact, and he's just
I think Scott's getting
washing Simon out of the way.
Yeah, because those Chimera boys, they've got an XVR car behind them, and they don't want to see Johnny Brandon disappearing into the distance.
Oh, the formation flying in a Honda again. That's what it looks like. Oh, leave another braking from Jamie.
I honestly thought they was going one on the
Simon,
either side then.
Oh man. Meanwhile, we haven't even mentioned this the first race, but Simon has the fastest lap at the moment.
Scott Malcolm putting up a good defence here. Johnny Brandon did get past Pete Bingham.
And now I'm curious if Pete is able to follow Johnny for a little bit. Probably he won't. But
yeah, but I think Johnny and Adam is going to be a good battle. Simon, Jamie and Wayne are just desperate to get past Scott. I think Jamie Wilson is pushing Simon.
It almost looks like Johnny has the I call it the Spencer skill, where you can cut through traffic in a certain way.
Oh,
that you're not able to follow it.
Good run by Simon Trendle there. Tyler Newitt says Johnny got past Pete and water is wet. But to be fair, we normally say and Johnny has lapped Pete, not got past Pete. So Simon Trendle is now hot on the heels of Pete Bingham. But it's going off everywhere. Look, Sam Boozing on Alan Toon. Alan is defending well. JB, after his little off, tagged onto the back of this.
And I think that
Darren Rayfield and Rob Venn are going at it. Jamie Wilson has just dipped out to Wayne Sanderson. Wayne's now going to get that move done on Scott. There's a bit of
Johnny passed Adam as well.
He did. Let's have a look at that one because that was for the lead, and then we'll go back and have a look at the Scott Malcolm one. Yeah, Adam didn't really put up much of a defence there, did he?
The only time he defends is against me, and then he gets shot into the wall.
And we also sort of saw a little bit. I hope this is the one. Yes, this it is. But there's a lot of rubbing going on here. Wayne is trying to close the door. Scott's trying to open the door.
In both their defenses, this is an iRacing finish where they just magnet together instead of bumping off a little bit.
Yes.
So I more blame this on the iRacing physics than what they both did.
So let's see. Oh, where you look.
Adam is still pushing it though. He's trying to make a move on Pete. What happened with Johnny?
Well, Johnny's gone. No, actually, Johnny has gone. Where is Johnny?
No,
gone?
he's right. He's there.
Yeah,
we missed an overtake somewhere.
I've got nothing. Oh, hang on. Let's see if we can see what happened here. I think Johnny's had an off. But whether he was helped.
A little bit wide. Or slow down, I think.
Yeah.
Did he get a slowdown?
I don't know, but he's going to lose a number of places, so.
Now the side by side. Little bit of a lock up. Bump on this. Oh, he waited.
Yeah,
I think.
Did. Yeah, he did.
No, well, he didn't wait, but yeah, okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It cost him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's. Well, it did put him back down into 5th, but he's now back up to 2nd, so we need to stick with this because this is where it's all kicking off and they're changing positions all over the place and they're only just halfway through.
To Tyler on the chat, no, he didn't. He just got passed right before the start-finish line by Adam.
And as you proved last week, you don't get a point for leading a lap anyway.
Take that!
Oh, Adam was very, very out there that time. I think Johnny's still warming his tyres up.
He's still trying, and now Simon is having a look as well. Is Adam gonna defend it? Oh, and it's gonna be side by side again. Is he gonna pull off the same move, and is Adam gonna defend harder though? He's keeping him there. It's just like, oh, you want to go on the inside? Just stay there then.
Oh, and Simon says, thank you. Thank you
for
and
now
out there. Oh, where's Adam going?
Adam is taking the beat line. But he's managing. And now Simon is going to push him, or is he? Yeah, he is going to push him. That's some teamwork working together, I guess. Let's take a look at the car.
Inspect Adam's car.
To see if he has any shorts on.
Absolutely nowhere for Simon Trendle to go.
Yeah, sometimes it just helps to help another car to get through. Johnny has the nose on the inside. Adam is closing the door a little bit, and it's touchy, feely. And now he has to run. It's
Yeah,
a small
yeah.
tactical nudge right there.
Job done at the moment. But it's certainly not over. I can't move away from this battle, guys. I'm sorry, but JB Dejeu has got past Alan Toon.
Yeah, there's been so much going on for the first 5 positions that I haven't even looked at what's going on in the mid pack.
Well, weirdly, it's 4 for the lead, and one of those 4 is Pete. That just doesn't sit right. And Jamie Wilson seems to have dropped off the back of this battle a little bit. So let's see if Jamie's got something up his sleeve. In the background there, I'm seeing Darren was having a go at Scott, but didn't manage to pull it off. So let's get back to this battle.
And now Simon has a really good run on him, on Adam.
Yeah, he's got to go all the way around the outside.
Oh, keeping him wide, but he has, I think he has the better line for the exit of the corner. And now it's all about how brave and how hard can you brake. I think that it looks like Adam is now tucking in, though.
Yeah, Adam doesn't seem
Well,
to go too aggressive there, does he?
But he has got a good line on the exit again. He's not out of this battle yet.
No, and I think Jamie Wilson is coming again.
I think you mean Simon, right?
No, Jamie.
Oh, that's murder. That's death. That's a Hamilton.
Was that murder?
No, it wasn't. Just Adam doing Adam things.
Let's have a look.
The car looks messed up though. It doesn't have a. So what happened? He got tapped on the rear by Simon. Oh, he got into the grass and then.
Yeah, he got a little bit of that weird orange curbing, didn't he? And with close racing like this, there is nothing you can do then.
His rear,
So
his left wheel was dragging.
Jamie got past Pete, and obviously got that place from Simon as well. Something has happened to Scott Malcolm. Let's just have a quick look at that.
Oh, he's into the wall.
Yeah, it's obviously not going to show me anything decent on what happened to Scott. So let's go back.
But his right front is completely gone.
So, bit spread out there now. So, let's... Where else have we got some decent battles? Nobody super duper close at the moment, apart from Pete and Simon Trendle. What is Pete doing?
No, now the real question is, and I think that for everybody watching, is Pete Bingham able to get a podium?
Only if Simon Trendle has damage. That's
And
my
Adam Wright is
thoughts.
going back on track again.
Yeah, he's been in the pits, done his,
Yeah.
I would assume, done his fast repair and then come back out. Rob Venn looks like he's getting a little bit interested in Sam Boozin. Darren Rayfield is up 8 positions.
So if I look at the lap times, just a quick hint. Pete is doing a 5.4, Darren is doing a 5.3. But then I see Sir Alan Toon, doing a 5.6, so he's only 2/10 off the 4th and 5th car, pace-wise.
Yeah,
He's all the way back, but I think he now got his mojo, and I think if he's gonna practice a little bit for the next race, he's gonna be able to fight at least for the top half of the field.
Yeah, well, Alan currently in the top 10. What's that battle there? That's got XVR written all over it. It certainly has. That's Wayne chasing Darren.
And we've seen the blue on blue on XVR last race. and the top 4 seem to be spread out a little bit at the moment.
Bumping and banging has sort of split them up by a second each. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, but we've still got 2 minutes left. You never know what's going to happen.
It's been flying. It's been quick. 2 minutes after. I feel like I've only been watching for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it feels to me like we should have 4 races a session.
Yeah, just get a 5-minute sprint race in between the warm-up.
Yeah, 1 lap shootout. Yeah, Wayne putting a lot of pressure on Darren at the moment.
Oh, Rob Fan had a big lock-up going through
the he's putting pressure on Sam. Let's keep an eye on both of these battles. This one's actually a little bit closer as we speak. Let's get the track map up and keep an eye on where our leader is. See if he can get round to start another lap. He might not, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, and some of them are definitely taking sacrificial off tracks right there.
So leaders on the back straight. Oh, Sam was a little bit wide there, but that's not always a bad thing. It sometimes means you can carry a lot of speed into the next one.
Yeah, some people go wide and other people are wide.
So yeah, I think our leader is going to get just across the line to start the final lap. 30 seconds left. He's definitely going to get there in 30 seconds.
With a little lock up again. Oh, Rob Fan has a really good run on Sam now.
Yeah, and look who's creeping up in the background.
Oh, it's JB again. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Simon Trendle in third has dropped Pete Bingham. We are on the final lap. It's looking like another win for Johnny Brandon. Simon Trendle is actually doing his best to catch up with teammate Jamie Wilson.
It would make Johnny 4 out of 4.
And David Ayres are points deducted for off tracks in this league. Hell yeah. Okay, let's switch back to our only race winner of the season. And it looks like it's going to be 4 out of 4.
And if you get 4 out of 4, you're doing a really good job. If you have 4 races and you win 4, you're doing a really good job.
Because there's 2 reverse grids in that. But there he is coming across for win number 4.
Yeah,
Johnny
good race
Brandon,
from Johnny.
So, Jamie Wilson second and Simon Trendle third. Princess Pete, 4th position. Darren Rayfield 5th and Wayne Sanderson. Those BSTV guys were in a big knot there. Alan Toon is going to come round. Darren Reynolds on his first outing. And Crashy Wright. He's going to go around the final corner. And then that will just leave Scott Malcolm. He was wounded in that race.
He got right in the thick of it, and he managed to keep it on track with a broken wheel, and probably got his pass repair in. I didn't notice if he did, but probably did.
I'm pretty sure he did, because it looked like that car wouldn't have come back out otherwise. Okay, so that was the end of our second race. Let's see if I can press the right button this time. Oh, I'm getting good at this, I think. It's all about to go horribly wrong. So Johnny Brandon for XVR, second race win tonight, fourth race win out for on the season. Jamie Wilson second, Team Chimera, and Simon Trendle third, Team Chimera. Pete Bingham for BSTV Esports 3 in fourth. Darren Rayfield in fifth for XVR. Wayne Sanderson in sixth for XVR Oz. Sam Boozin, BSTV Esports 2 in seventh. Rob Venn, BSTV Esports in eighth. And JB Dejoux, BSTV Esports in ninth. 10th place was Sir Alan Toon, Privateer. 11th was Darren Reynolds, WKG Motorsports. 12th was Adam Wright, BSTV Esports 2. And 13th was Scott Malcolm for Ignium Motorsports. So let me see how I get rid of that, and it will be something like that. So well done, Clyde, you are absolutely wonderful. Nobody yet in the interview waiting room. How do you sum up that 20 minutes there, Wobbly? It was just all action, wasn't it? I think being the cameraman is an absolute nightmare of a job because you just don't know where to look next.
It was on it since they drove away from the start. I think till the 15-minute mark we had no clue who was gonna win. They were all so close. We saw a big battle between Johnny and Simon in the first 2 laps. Then we saw Johnny falling back. Then we saw Adam coming through again. Then Pete got involved, almost got the lead lap, but he didn't. No points anyway, but he didn't get the lead lap. Then we saw JB creeping up on the back of the whole pack again. I saw Darren Reynolds driving faster and faster. Even though he was at the back of the pack, I saw him improving his lap times every time. And it's been a blast as a new guy. It's been a rough start. Get on it next week, and you're going to be fine. And then Johnny finally got through the first quick guys. And he drove away with it, but it wasn't as clean as the scoring might seem. It was a rough, hard day in the office for him, I think. But for especially JB, seeing him driving a good pace, seeing Rob doing a good pace, they got in behind Sam. It's, by the way, Sam Boozing, not Sam Blees, which is always a tough day. But it was a great day. It was a great race to see and to watch and to commentate on. If they're gonna keep this up for the season, then we're gonna have a blast.
Oh yeah, well, I think we should do this every night, not just on a Friday. But you're right. You know, you're going to look at the scores, the results, and you're going to see a fourth win on the trot for Johnny Brandon. But it wasn't an easy win. It was, you know, everybody had elbows out. There was lots of incidents, and to be fair, you know, that's what this league was created for. We want hard racing, we want clean racing, and I've not seen anything too naughty yet. But we're going to start the interviews, and weirdly, I'm going to bring in Pete Bingham first.
Can I do this?
Leave him all to you.
Yes. Okay, bye, Pete.
Bye.
So, Pete, I can't remember where you finished on the first race, but the second race you came in fourth. Which is
7th in the first race.
Oh yeah, 7th in the first race, because I mentioned to Clyde, if he's gonna get 8, he's gonna get pole, and then you did 7.
Yeah.
Just not quite good enough, Pete.
No, didn't qualify as... Oh no, I qualified in the same place for the second race again, didn't I? Same as last time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So how did you feel like the first race was? How was the experience?
Well, I'd have been alright if I can brake, but I can't get the braking right. I either don't brake enough or I lock up completely. But yeah, that was just crazy, that second race. That was insane. I don't think it's not necessarily my arms and legs that hurt, it's my sides hurting from laughing. It's just ridiculous. And yeah, Adam likes to commit suicide in cars at the moment, so I slammed into Simon pretty hard in that second race when he kind of came back on. Yeah, my steering was a bit wonky and my braking was even worse than it was before. But yeah, that was a blast, very funny. Johnny Brandon's just too quick. Yeah, It was great fun. I'm a sweaty mess at the minute, though.
Me and Clyde were discussing this, and I think I might have hopped in the chat a little bit between the races.
Yeah.
So, what track were you aiming for? Were you going for Donington? Were you going for Nürburgring?
Any of them, just not Silverstone National.
Because you seem to keep a really wide line, but on a couple of occasions you actually pulled it off. It seemed like you were really wide and just carried the speed through it.
Well, with this car, you can't really put too much into the steering, because if you give it all its beans, not that it's got many, it just doesn't accelerate out the corners. So I was trying to take all the corners as wide in as possible to get on the gas as early as I could before the apex arrived. And it's you've just got to drive it as smooth as you can. If you could roll it through the corners without braking, it'd be great. But some of them are too slow to do that.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting you, but did you say apex?
Yeah, I've seen one, right, through a pair of binoculars. But yeah, I don't like getting near the grass because I crash.
Okay, so final thought speed. You didn't hit the lead lap because Adam got that one. He passed you before. He passed you right before the start finishing line. I even rewinded just to make sure. So now you're looking forward to next week, and what track is it next week? I don't even know.
It's one of the Rovals, isn't it? I think.
Oh, that might be. Yeah, I'll pick up the schedule. Meanwhile, you can thank me for doing a great job. That's why you can race.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Definitely not. It's Red Bull Ring. Sorry, Red Bull Ring.
It's Red Bull Ring. You're right. Yeah.
So that should be good fun. That'll be another draft fest. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Anybody want to thank?
Me, not you. Clyde,
Yeah,
BSTV, everybody that turned up to race, and yeah, just everything. Thanks. Bye.
Well, good job, I guess.
Yeah. Where's he going? Get out.
He
keeps coming back. He's like a bad smell. Anyway, let's bring in double race winner again, Johnny Brandon. Normally at this point, I would say to you, well, that was easy. But two totally different races for yourself. Obviously, you and Simon just went at it hammer and tong in race 1, but race 2 was a bit difficult. There was lots of cars you had to get past. There was lots going on. Tell us all about it.
That's why you do this league. That's what the Clio Cup is. It was epic.
I take it you enjoyed it.
Amazing. That's exactly what I'm doing this league. And it's a shame what happened to him just behind me. I don't know who that was. I think it was Adam or somebody. They all got tangled up. But it's going to happen when you're 4 wide through a corner.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Otherwise, that would have gone on to the end. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and you know, as I said, you know, you've had 4 wins out of 4, but it's going to look great for you in the championship. But the racing has been
not about that. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, and all down the field as well. You know, I'm sort of new to doing this camera thing, and when me and Pete do the B8s, and he's in my ear going, "Oh, I don't know who to look at next. There's too many battles going on." I know exactly what he means now.
Well, even Pete was involved in that race, and he's useless. He was giving me a real hard time.
I think maybe he threw an anchor out or something and hooked it on the back of your car. And
he had some pace in this one.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. If Pete can do it, anyone can do it.
Oh, exactly. Yes. If Pete can finish 4th, then anybody else can win a race without a doubt. So you're enjoying it so far. We go into Red Bull Ring next.
Can we just do Silverstone National for the next 10 rounds?
Honestly, mate, I love this track. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But, you know, there are some great tracks coming up. And I think Red Bull Ring is going to be another one, isn't it? Because there's going to be some draft. There's some trickier corners on there. And there's going to be people throwing it down the inside and showing us all of the, you know, the same single make racing that we like.
Yeah, I think it's one of the reasons I signed up for it. The track list looks great, like perfectly suited to the car. should give good racing. Certainly doing it so far. So yeah.
And teammates, they're doing well.
And they're talking to me this week because I didn't fire them off anywhere this week.
Yeah, I must admit you did let us down a bit this week.
Yeah.
You know, we was expecting something, but I'm going to have to have a word with Foggy, see if I can get Foggy in here. Then it'll happen.
No, we're not talking to him anymore. He's gone.
Okay, mate. Well, congratulations on a couple of wins. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Just the usual to you guys. Thank you for doing this. Like I said, that's what it's all about. That race tonight, it was absolutely epic. I'm a bit gutted there's not another one. All my XVR teammates, thanks to Wayne and Darren for doing this, and the other Darren Reynolds is a friend of Darren Rayfield's who he's dragged in as well just to add some numbers, so he should get used to the car quite soon. So well done, Darren.
Wobbly noted that race 2 he was starting to find his feet and find the lap time, so that's certainly going to come.
Shout out to Darren Rayfield as well, because he was he's had a procedure done today in the dentist, and he's on a lot of painkillers.
Best way to race, isn't it?
I can't believe he turned up, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
because he's talking like you can't understand a word he says, and I think he's on another planet under Azerbaijan or something.
Yeah.
But he actually showed up. Hence, he jumped the start and had no fuel in the car at race 1 because he was off his trolley.
Excellent. Well, this is the wrong thing to say, but that is always nice to hear. It's nice.
Well, it worked in race 2 because he come 5th. So
exactly.
He might do it next week as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So if anybody wants to get better, go and see Darren, and he's got some special racing tablets that you can take. But like I say, mate, congratulations on another couple of wins. I hope I don't have to congratulate you on any more wins this season, because I want to see some people taking it to you. Double race winner Johnny Brandon.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Johnny.
Okay, next up for you, Wobbly. Let's bring in Jamie Wilson, because he had quite a good night again.
Welcome,
Hello.
Jamie.
Hello.
So that was a really good result on the second race. It looked like you had tons of fun with your teammate.
Well, everyone really. Both of those races were just a bit bloody mad. It was brilliant. Can we just put another server up now?
So yeah, what we said, I mentioned this to Clyde, so we could do like 3 races and do like a 5-minute race in the middle, just to see a shootout for 2 laps.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think Johnny would still win that.
So let's go to the first race. It seemed like you were quite on the pace in the qualifying.
Well, you say that. I didn't quite string it together. I probably could have done like a 4.7 or something like that if I really nailed the lap, but I just couldn't quite get into the 4s. But I ended up 6th, I think, which, considering how close it is, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we looked at the gap, and it was, I think, from 10th position to 4th was only a 10th and a half.
Yeah, exactly. So we were all pretty much doing the same times. And that was without any tow, really, as well. So
yeah, so how is it though? Because me and Clyde, I've driven the car. I talk about it, there's tons of tow if you're close enough. Is it like that, or does it disturb any aero, which it barely has?
There's no aero in this thing. Might be one in the glove box.
Yeah, it's just one a little bit, like like a ventilator.
Exactly. But yeah, there is certainly a draft. It's not like you get behind someone and you can just kind of blast past them or something like that. It's more you get like a draft pack effect. So if you fall off the back of like 3 or 4 cars that are all kind of drafting each other around, you will have a very difficult time getting back up to them. But when you're actually in that position, it's not particularly drastic.
Okay.
It's more about kind of keeping pace than it is about than like, blasting past someone. Unless you get like a really amazing run coming onto a long straight. That's the only situation, like imagine Spa or something. So that would be where it is a bit like that, but not so much here.
Yes, okay, fair enough. But let's talk about the second race. It looked hectic from the start till like 15 minutes in. You, Johnny, Adam, and hell, even Pete was fighting with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was the most shocking thing.
That's what we were hearing from everyone. Like, Pete was there. It was super weird.
Yeah, objects in the mirror may not be what you expect.
it looked like you guys had a lot of, well, zero contacts as well. You kept it clean, and that's when you beat your teammate.
Well, only because there was a Moses moment with the shenanigans that went on at the end there. There was Adam fired off to the left and Simon slow as a result, and then and Pete doing some drifting in the middle of the road. I just kept my foot in, just went down the middle. Okay, fine, bye.
So basically, you're telling us that you're quicker than Simon.
Well, I was for that, 100 meters, and that was enough. So.
Yeah, you did a really good job. The racing has been really good to watch. It's been close, it's been tight, it's been hectic, and me and Clyde can't wait till next week. Yeah, if if the numbers go going up like this, then we're definitely going to do a second season because it's great to watch. You guys putting up a hell of a show.
It's very similar to the F4 in that respect, where we had like amazing racing. I mean, the only thing that's missing from this that we had in that was you being crashed into.
Because of you.
I suppose the other thing we're missing, because it's Silverstone National, is a safety car with Clyde behind the wheel.
Oh yeah, that would look good. Yeah.
He's retired.
I
retarded, one of the two.
Clyde, maybe next week we can just bring up the clip.
No. Let's not. That went into Garage 101, I think.
So, Jamie, congratulations on your second place in the second race. And I forgot this first race. Was it fourth?
It would have been...
fourth, right?
Yes, fourth.
I think it was fourth.
So, yeah. And that was a really good fight with Adam the whole time as well.
Oh, I thought you had a second and a third, and I'm going to check now. Yes, you came third.
Did I?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
No idea. I think it was a drag race to the line.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, sorry, beg your pardon.
No, fair?
Yeah, it was a really good battle with Adam in that first race.
So 2 podiums.
Yeah, that'll do.
Good job, mate. So anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Thanks to Simon for not crashing into me. He's going to wait for his revenge from Snetton. He could try though. And yeah, thanks to everyone else that was racing there. It was super respectful. And you can make very slight contact in this car. And any time I saw it administered, it was it was done properly, so to speak. No one really smashed into each other during the course of like normal racing. So yeah, that was good to see. Bit of bump drafting, that sort of thing. And yeah, thanks to you guys for putting it on, except Wobbly. And yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Oh, Clyde is doing the hard work. So congratulations on your 2 podiums, mate.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Jamie Wilson there. Let's bring in his teammate Simon Trendle. Welcome to the booth.
Oh, that was weird. My lights came on as you pulled me in.
Magic.
So, a double podium, but still nothing in the W column. What can you do about Johnny Brandon?
Crash into him like Adam.
There you go. That is the top tactic. Although it didn't work out quite that well for Adam. But, you race. Let's talk about race 1. So, absolutely fantastic battle. You and Johnny up there, up the front, swapping positions. We was watching closely in the last couple of laps, and we was trying to work out. I think the second from last lap, you tried a move, and we was trying to work out whether that was a feint, and you was going to try something different on the next lap, but you had another go. But ultimately, he got you. A little bit disappointed that you didn't make that move stick.
No, good fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it so much I tried it several times at the start of race 2 and then went sideways a lot. No, it's he's really consistent. That's the really annoying thing. It's only tiny mistakes and they're not big enough to make a pass. So I think I had, so I started off, I had to catch him because I let Wayne pass. Honestly, I thought Wayne was the one who got the jump start penalty, so I thought I will be pitting in like 1 or 2 laps, and I won't have to deal with him. But then he I realised it was Darren, I think, who had the penalty.
Yeah,
so
driver recognition is a skill.
Yes, I don't have it.
Nor do we.
And that's obviously I caught Johnny, and then I think I had like 2 or 3 laps where I was so close to him, I couldn't see tarmac between me and his car at any point during the lap. And then my tyres just died for a second, and then I had to fall back. And then I had that last pop at him on the last couple of laps, just having a dive around the outside. And I thought it would work. I just think I needed to be further alongside, just so he couldn't run me out of the road on the exit.
Yeah, and then race 2, it was literally kicking off everywhere. You ended up in a battle with everybody, to be fair. Ultimately, teammate Jamie, who did thank you for not running him off the road like he did to you at Snetterton.
My time will come.
But yeah, again, there was some fantastic racing there. Little incident with Adam Wright, but we looked at it in a replay, and to us, it looked like Adam hit that funny, weird orange curb thing, and that sort of, as we know in iRacing, sort of shoots you back onto the track. And unfortunately, you was there. And he came off worse, although it did cost you as well, because as Jamie rightly said, the seas parted and he shot up through the middle. But I think in general, the incidents that we've seen tonight, and I'm sure this is going to carry on for the season, they're all racing incidents. It's not people making stupid moves with dive bombs from 7 miles back, is it?
No, they're just racing incidents. I mean, the Adam one is on me because it didn't have a car's width on the inside, because I'd basically forced him up on the curb, because you can't. I promise I was on the outside of him going into turn 1 anyway, and I couldn't see the apex of the corner, so I was using where Adam was as the apex. So obviously I was right up against him, thinking that he hadn't quite made that apex, and he had, and made it a bit too well and bumped out wide into me. So yeah, it's on me because I should have left more room.
Well, top tip: if Adam's involved, it's always his fault.
No.
It is. No. It is. I can confirm that.
No, I have higher standards than that.
We're trying to help you out here.
No, I've raced Adam a lot, and it's the first time we've collided. I think. Well, it's not the first time we've collided, but it's the first time I've collided into him. Because I think we had something at Winton in the V8s where we had 2-wheel moments.
Yeah, I think I remember that. When we were talking to Johnny and Jamie, both of those guys are saying, the racing from a driver's perspective is absolutely fantastic. Are you enjoying this? It's good to let off a bit of steam on a Friday night after a long week at work. It seems to be going well at the moment.
Yep, I'm taking a different attitude to it, which is I'm going to cause chaos by trying to overtake everyone whenever I feel like it. And you can obviously see the results of that in race 2. And I'm just diving around the outside of people. I'm not backing out of 3-wide situations. I'm going to stay there and just hope that everyone else, because everyone's a great driver in this league anyway. So it's going to either you're going to have minor issues like I had with Adam, but it's not going to end in complete tears for everyone. So it's good fun to go into it knowing that you're not being defensive, you're not protecting anything.
Okay,
yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And the $56 million question: did you do any practice?
How long was the warm-up? That's how much practice I had.
That's what we like to hear. Anyway, so a couple of podiums for yourself tonight. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yep. You guys for running the league, broadcast, all that sort of stuff, and all of the good stuff that goes on. Everyone who's turned up, and we don't have a league sponsor, do we? So I can't thank them.
And not yet. Working on it.
So I don't know. We'll thank the imaginary sponsor then.
Excellent.
And
well,
my fans.
Sorry, your fan? Did you say?
Fans. 2 of.
Oh, you got 2 fans on your desk.
Yes.
Ah, excellent. That's how you keep cool then. Well, always a pleasure talking to you, mate. Thanks for the entertaining driving. Simon Trendle.
Cheers. See you later.
See you, mate.
Okay, last up, I'm going to bring in Mr. Scott Malcolm because I need to ask him some questions about his excursions to the motherland. Scott Malcolm, welcome to the booth.
Hi guys.
Hello. So, we were saying at the start of the broadcast, obviously you had a nice trip to England last weekend. I believe you was at Alton Park for the touring cars. For some unknown reason, they let you back into Scotland, or you got kicked out of England, and you showed up here tonight. Looks like from the outside you had a lot of fun, a bit of contact, but you know, how was it from the driving seat?
Well, these cars are a hell of a lot of fun to drive. I love driving these cars and racing them. I'm not the quickest, never will be, and if I can put in consistent laps all the time, I'll end up getting good results. I'll never win races, but top fives, doable.
Yeah, totally agree. And I do believe you hit the nail on the head there. You know, although I'm not going to say that you'll never win a race, because I know you of old. But the way it's shaping up, it doesn't matter, does it, if you're winning races or not? Because you're finding people to fight with. And ultimately, that's what we all do this for, is to... you know, find other drivers of similar skills and have very good, clean races with them.
Absolutely. One thing I like to do is I like to, like, in any league, I'll try and, if I know that I'm up against faster guys, I'm not going to be winning races in race one. I'm not going to, I can't qualify to save myself. Everybody knows that. I can't get a decent qualifying time. So I'll start mid-pack to the back. But if it's a reverse pole, I'll aim to try and get that reverse pole spot. And then that gives you a chance to try and match yourself up against the faster drivers as they come through. And I was like, in that second race, I was in front of Pete. And I noticed I was pulling away at certain bits with Pete. I thought, after about 2 laps, I thought, I'm in with a shout here. You know, if I can keep pulling that wee bit away for Pete all the time, and then you've got like Johnny, Simon, Jamie, and Adam and all that coming up behind Pete, I was thinking, well, hopefully Pete will keep them occupied and I'll just slowly edge away. But I didn't quite work out like that.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. You know, you get that reverse pole, and that's exactly what you want. You want to eke the lead out to somebody who's not a top driver that's starting second, and then hope that the top ones just really struggle enough to get past that driver behind you, but you've still got that gap to get you to the finish. And it can happen in these 20-minute races, because we've seen it before. But there was some fantastic battling up there with yourself, and probably for at least the first, I would say, 10 minutes, you know, even when you did get past, you was then able to stick with that car in front. Is that a draft thing? Is that you know, do you manage to sit behind that car and see what they're doing, and that naturally makes you quicker? You know, it seemed to help you when you was behind another car.
I think it's a bit of both. Mainly drafting, I think. But you do start to see things that they're doing and start to follow what they're doing and try to replicate it. But then you've got the other faster guys, they know, you know, there was one point, I think was it turn one? I think it was, I got kind of hung out to dry, and Jamie and Simon were like drafting each other, but there was a wee gap, so I managed to get in between the two of them. So I thought, well, let's try and get in between the two of them and then see how they battle to get by me, and how when Jamie was in front to get away from me. But that only lasted about three or four corners, so that didn't quite work out.
Yeah, no, yeah, you do get that sometimes, don't you? But there was, from the front to the back, there was some absolutely, fantastic battles. I certainly didn't know where to point the cameras, but it bodes well, doesn't it? We're up to 13 drivers now. There's still more interest in there. I don't think it'll be long before we're getting 20 Clios starting a race. And it seems like the drivers are enjoying themselves, and you seem like you're enjoying yourself as well. Red Bull Ring next. How do you go round there?
I've tried it a couple of times, mainly in the TCR. It's no bad track, I would say. I don't know what it's going to be like with these wee pocket rockets, but we'll see what happens and see how it goes next Friday.
Okay, and then I'm guessing that you're looking forward to the week after that when we go to Knock Hill. I'm sure you've done thousands of laps around there.
Not quite. I've maybe done about 50. I've not really tried the Clio around that track yet. I may have to, I might give it a go tonight. See what it's like.
Well, I'm looking forward to, towards the end of the season, we do the Knock Hill National Reverse. And I can remember Alan Toon telling me about a race he did round there, and it absolutely threw everybody sort of going the wrong way round Knock Hill. So I'm looking forward to that. Before we let you go, mate, any shout outs you want to give?
Just the usual rubbish, like you guys for putting these races on, doing the broadcast. All the drivers for turning up. Hopefully we get more. Everybody watching YouTube. Ringing Motorsports, Alton Park, you name it, everybody. Hi, hello, goodbye, thanks, good.
Excellent. Well, great to see you in the series, mate. Great to see you having fun again. And we'll catch you next week, hopefully, at Red Bull Ring. Scott Malcolm.
Absolutely. See you later, guys.
See you, mate.
Right, interview's over. I was really hoping that JB was going to pop his nose in because I really wanted to talk to him about his 5th place in race 1, but that wasn't to happen. So, Wobbly, I'm going to say this to you every single week now, just to put you on the spot. How do you sum up what we've seen tonight?
I think we've seen. I think it's a summarization of everything is similar to the last 2 weeks we've been broadcasting this. 3 weeks already. Is it 3 weeks?
Yeah,
this is the
second week for proper.
Second week for proper racing. Yes.
3 weeks.
Yeah, so I think that the last 3 weeks have been watching some great racing. We've been watching talented racing. We've been watching hectic racing, and I think that every time you put me on the spot like this, I'm just gonna repeat myself, rinse and repeat, because it's been great. It's been fun. It's been tight. It's been close. It's been talented drivers on the track. It's been battles all over the place. It's been fighting for the lead, fighting for first position till 5th or 6th. They were all backing each other up, trying to do a crazy move, trying to do a deep dive. As Simon even mentioned in his interview, that he's not gonna back out. He's just gonna go for it, a different approach, because of the way the car drives and because of the way the league is set up. This is only gonna get better.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything that you've said there. But let's see if we can disagree on our votes for the most coveted award in motorsports, the BSTV Driver of the Season. Obviously, it starts off with Driver of the Meeting. Excuse me, I think I forced you to go first last week, so I will take the pain this week. Johnny Brandon, 2 wins again, but everybody knows my philosophy by now. I don't vote for the winner. I'm going to have to give an honourable mention to JB for his 5th place in race 1, and maybe if he'd have popped in for an interview and maybe promised me a brown envelope, he may have got my vote. I can't not say anything about Pete for his 4th in race 2. Don't get me wrong, I would never ever vote for Pete, but you know, again, we need to mention him in dispatches. So I think for me, that probably leaves Simon Trendle and Jamie Wilson as both double podium finishers, and I can't really separate them because they both got a 2nd and both got a 3rd. So the way I'm going to separate them is, normally when I'm voting for driver of the evening, I rule out Simon Trendle because he's won the race and we're talking about V8s. So I end up voting for Jamie Wilson. So I'm going to reverse that tonight, and Simon Trendle is going to get my vote. Over to you, Wobbles.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this. I've been debating this in my head, and I think that an honorable mention to JB is worth the time. I think that an honorable mention to Jamie, who did a really good job, is fine. But I'm not as petty as Pete is, so I'm gonna give it to Pete.
Holy cow. That could be Pete's first ever vote in driver of the evening.
No, I think he had one at Phillip Island in TCR.
And do you know what? I think that's even more special because Pete was driving on a different layout to everybody else. So,
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely amazing. Well, look, it's been a pleasure, and we've still got people watching, so that's good. But it is time to close the broadcast. Like we said, next time out we are at Red Bull Ring a week tonight. Big thank you to all the drivers. I think they put on an absolutely fantastic show tonight. Big thanks to Wobbly. It's nice having somebody different to Pete in the booth with me. Yeah, we're just well done to all the drivers. I watched last week's race back, which I don't normally do because I don't like listening to myself, but thoroughly enjoyed the 2 races again, and I know for a fact tomorrow I'm going to be watching these because I want to see them again. So that only comes from the drivers. And also big shout out to everybody on the chat. And if I haven't said it before, a big shout out to Adam Wright for the videos that he's producing for us, and to Alex Civiliano Lado for all the work he's doing, especially on Twitter, but most of our social media outlets. It's certainly given us a new impetus, and we're starting to see some new faces in the league, so well done, guys. So I should say goodnight. I've waffled on too much. I'll let Wobbly say goodnight, and then we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the racing. If you haven't and you're still doubting to sign up for the Clio League. It's been amazing. And also the TCR races on Wednesday are a blast as well. So I hope to see you guys around. Thanks for watching, and good night, y'all.